Okay, today we start with legal conformity. It's a very, I have to say, it's a very important issue that we know how to verify the case of inconformity. Yeah, because every time you receive some goods, and that goods maybe you are not very satisfied, but you have to clearly determine it is is not conforming to what you have already put in the contract. And Article 35 have three subparagraphs, and just divided in these three parts. The first part, the general principles. The basic principle is you look into the contract. Yeah, if you find it important, just put in the contract. Yeah, like the quantity, the quality, the description. Yeah, description. Yeah, the description put on the labels, or put on the packages, and also the package. Yeah, the goods should be well packaged. If you find it important, just write it down, put in the contract, or just make it clear in your communications when you are negotiating. Or when during negotiation, just put in the communication. Since the contract do not require the written in advance, so you can just put it in the communication and make sure, or put in a MOU, put in a letter of intent, but make sure the importance, what you care, just be written down. Yeah, not necessarily in the contract, in the agreement, but in the at least in the communication, and double confirm with them. So the paragraph 1 just lay down the basic principles. The important things, the important characters you concerned, just put in the contract. So the basic one, the basic principle. The second principle, yeah, if you don't have, if your agreement is not very clear, it's just maybe just a purchase order, and during the communications, you don't very into the details. Yeah, in these situations, if there is no contract, or there is no very detailed communication to prove what you want, what you concerned, then look into the paragraph 2. Paragraph 2 have 4 sub-paragraphs. The first one, yeah, here, we just reduce it down in a very clear, easy to memorize terms. Fit for ordinary usage. Ordinary usage, yeah. Every good has its own ordinary usage, but the goods purpose is not limited just to one. Something like this is our mobile phone. Mobile phone, you can just, it's a tool of communications, and you can do it's a lot of functions. But sometimes mobile phone can be put into a second or third usage. Something like you can dismember this mobile phone and extract some precious metals from it. So it's not concerned with the normal usage. The normal usage is, the ordinary usage is to put this phone into the consumer market, and the consumer will use it as a communication tool. Yeah, the consumers won't dismember it and extract the precious metal from the debris. Okay, then the ordinary usage is just, yeah, that kind of goods. Ordinary purposes is for what kind of ordinary purposes? That are easy to be determined. And for the second paragraph, fit for particular purpose. Yeah, here, particular What means particular means spatial. So the first requirement in the contract, you just expressively or implied the seller expressively or impliedly known to the seller at a contract conclusion. So the seller news, you have a remind, you have a notified the seller that I have a special purpose. Yeah, that it's my something. For a very example, a very easy to be understood example. The basketball bat. What is the normal purpose? The basketball bat. The basketball bat is just to hit the basketball. But the secondary or the extraordinary purposes is to defend yourself with your basketball bat, right? So that is the examples in Russia. There is a rumor in Russia. Yeah, a million basketball bat has been sold, but only with one basketball. So that means maybe when you are exporting the basketball bat to Russia, the Russian buyer will just make it clear that you are the seller and you have to know that exported basketball should be fit for defend somebody. So you must be that basketball bat must be strong enough, right? Strong enough, to defend someone. Or so that will be required. So it cannot be hit and then break. That will, if you just identify, you just put very clear in the contract, then the Russian buyer can find you are providing the unconforming, not conforming products, because your basketball is easy to be broken. But it's fit for hitting the ball, not fit for hitting one man's head. Okay, so that is clear. Yeah, but it's possible that you sell a basketball bat as a self-defense weapon. So that is legal. So that is legal. Yeah. Okay. The second, the buyer do not rely on the seller's skill and the judgment. So that is a very special case. That case is the seller has the discretion or the expertise to pick something. Yeah, the buyer relies on the seller's special expertise, and that expertise is just fit for this purchases. Something like you are hiring someone to select, or Starbucks hiring someone in Ethiopia to pick up the best and the most cost performance coffee beans. So the seller is in Ethiopia, and he is the right one to choose to select the local beans. So in this situation, the buyer relies on the seller, and the particular purpose of even the conforming or non-conforming relies on the seller. So you cannot decide that that special purpose is just from the first beginning. And the third subparagraph is as good as the sample provided. Just before you conclude the contract, you provide some samples. So the sample, oh yeah, that is a very special thing. It's a selfie stick, right? Here there is a button that with a sign of camera. So I think it is just say it is a sample. So you provide this sample to the seller. The buyer provides a sample to the seller. So that means it's the minimum quality. The minimum requirement the minimum requirement for the goods quality you provided. So if you provided the sample just form up, just establish the minimum requirement. And the fourth, the goods should be adequate content or packages. So that means that, yeah, you just the purchase and the sales the goods. But if a goods is not adequately content or packages, that already means it's not conforming. So it's not conforming not because the good itself, but because it's not well managed in the packaging. Okay, so the subparagraph, the adequate content or packages should be very careful. Yeah, because it will directly result in non-conforming. If, yeah, maybe it is really great. Yeah, it's a good quality, but it's not good packaging. It may be just put in a plastic bag like this one. It look very cheap. So it doesn't, yeah, it cannot make, it cannot make anyone knows that it is a good quality. So the package just like we human wear clothes. Yeah, so that is a basic principle. Yeah, if it's a good goods in a good quality, it should be accompanied with good packaging. Okay, and then the last paragraph. In case the buyer knows the goods is not fit for ordinary usage or poorly packaged. Yeah, sometimes the buyers just want to buy something, yeah, not fit for ordinary usage, or it is not well packaged. But the buyers still want that goods. Why? Because the buyers bought it on discount. Or it could be a second-hand market purchases. So in this situation, the seller is not liable. It's also a basic principle. If you are just purchasing something that is someone used, or it is already not so look so good. So you know the circumstance, you know the situation, and the buyers knows, and the sellers offer a discount. Yeah, so the both party agrees on these terms. So the buyer cannot argue. You just give me something. You just provide me something not fit for my purposes. No, because you already know in advance and you brought it on discount. Okay, so that is the schedule of this article. Okay.